folks, welcome back to Science at Mrs. Mac's house. Now the weather is quite lovely at this time of year. I don't know if you've been walking lots. I've seen a few of you riding past on the bike path actually, and at this time of year it starts to get a little bit cooler and we've had lots and lots of rain in our gardens and outside. So this is the perfect time of year to go on a fungi hunt, and that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to go bring my camera and I'm going to look for all the fungi that I can find. Now, I don't know if you know what fungi is. You've probably all heard of mushrooms, and a mushroom is a type of fungi, but there are other fungi too. So some fungi look like mold and they grow on things like a banana that you leave in your school bag over the holidays, and other types of fungi are like yeasts, which you can put in your bread and make things rise. And then there's the little ones that we know, like mushrooms and toadstools that you see growing around the place. They come in all shapes and sizes, and we're going to go hunting for them today. Now something really cool about fungi, I think, is they need food like we do, but they can't eat it because they don't have mouths. So fungi actually absorb food through these little things in the ground called hyphae. They look a bit like roots, I suppose, from a plant, but they're different to that. And they can absorb food into that. But you can't just absorb a whole piece of bark or something through a root, can you? So fungi do this thing where instead of eating the food and digesting it inside tummies like we do, they actually put chemicals out to digest the food outside their bodies, and then they absorb it through their roots. It's fantastic. We can't do that. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? And really different to what we can do too. If you're looking up in the sky for fungi, you're not going to find them. They grow in the ground and on trees and on old logs and things like that. So once you've watched this video, you're going to have to go and ask mum or dad if you can go on a walk at some stage somewhere where there might be fungi. There might be some in your backyard if you have a garden, or maybe you could go down to the bike path or to a park and you could have a little look around there and see what you can find. All right, let's go. Hello, I was just on a walk along the bike path. Some of you will know this because you all live close by, I'm pretty sure. And I have noticed that today there is the most crazy amount of fungi out here. It is so exciting. I reckon you all need to get out here after the rain, or if there's a little gap, get your gumboots on and your raincoats and come down here with your mums and dads along the bike path on the freeway. And there are so many fungi everywhere. Here are some photos of what I found today. If you see these garden gnomes on the bike path, then you need to turn right and start looking. Okay, so maybe I got a little bit wet, but that was so worth being out there today. Fantastic fungi. Get out there, have a look this week. So my brother found this amazing fungi, and People commonly call them puffballs, and they look like a little circle sitting in an open flower almost. And when you poke them, it kind of squeezes in and all these little spores come out. Now spores are a little bit like seeds that plants have, and they float around and then they land somewhere else, and that fungi can grow into new ones. He sent me a video of what they looked like when you poke them in slow motion with the spores coming out of the top. It's fantastic, so I'll attach that here. The next few photos are from my family as well. Hello, welcome back to Who Said That? I have a new sound for you today. Are you ready? Now, just in case you've forgotten the rules, you have listen to the sound, then 10 seconds to guess what animal it is that makes this sound, and then I will give you the answer. Okay, here we go. Last week on Science in Legoland. "430 Whitehorse students radioed in to help Danielle and Sunny solve the mystery of why sand can be different colours. These were some of the responses. The next day, at school, Danielle and Sunny gave the sand to their science teacher, who showed them what it looked like under the microscope.
Sand has different colours because it can be made of so many different things. Let's have a look at a few.
The sandy sand looked like this. The brownie sand looked like this. The white sand looked like this. The purplish sand looked like this. And the black sand looked like this.
Some sands are made from tiny pieces of rock, others are from different coloured minerals, and some are made from tiny shells and animal skeletons.
And with that, the mystery was solved. Did you guess why sand is different colours? Okay, so I've actually been fungi hunting, I think for 4 days in a row now. Same place every day because I love it down there. But I have a little bit of a science fungi mystery for you to have a think about, preps to twos, because one of the fungi that I found down there was this very strange thing. It looked a little bit like the wrapping from a birthday present that kind of curls up, and it was shiny, a bit like a metally kind of colour, and it was just beautiful. And I couldn't work out what type of fungi it was. I came home and I looked up my fungi notes from university and I looked in my books, couldn't figure it out. And then today I went searching for it especially, and I found a whole bunch of them. And as I started looking for them, I started to kind of figure something out in my head. I'm not going to tell you the answer to my question, but I'm going to show you a bunch of photos here. The first ones are of the curly fungi, and then there's some other ones next to it. I want you to have a look at it, see if you can figure out what I figured out today about the curly fungi, all right? And if you work it out, send me a message, or Mum and Dad can help you email me with your answer, and we'll see if you and I had the same idea. All right, all the best with your fungi hunting. You got to get out there, it's great.